It's trash day, I'm putting you out, it's trash day. I'm putting you out, it's trash day. I'm putting you out of my mind. It's trash day, I'm putting you out, it's trash day. I'm putting you out, trash day. I'm putting you out of my mind. Now I'm gonna clean up, now I'm gonna clean up, now I'm gonna clean up the house. Taking all your garbage, taking all your garbage, taking all your garbage.
And welcome to a special edition of Can Crushers on this Monday afternoon. We're going to be doing a recap of IWC Reloaded. One of my favorite events of the year. All titles are on the line, and the reset button gets to pick your opponents. Bad news is the Can Crushers didn't get to go to the event as we had a Can Crusher type of wedding. All of us were there, the English professor, Paul, myself. So we sent a correspondent to Reloaded. And we're going to have that interview with Nate right around the corner. So we'll take a quick break, come back with the interview, and then we'll wrap it up after that.
Wrestling. A love and a passion we all share. I've started a wrestling brand. The wrestling brand. A brand founded on the aspects of wrestling. Two entities working together to create a product that connect emotionally for people everywhere. Collar and Elbow is the brand. Passion and love for wrestling is the drive. I am Al Snow, and this is Collar and Elbow, the wrestling brand.
I would like to welcome to our show Soup Geist. Soupy, you got to go to IWC Reloaded for us this weekend because we got drunk at a wedding. That's exactly what I'm going to tell you.
Hey, as long as you had fun, was it a good time?
It was a great time. All the Can Crushers showed up, too. The English professor was there. His largeness sitting right next to me, Paulie. And, you know, me and the fam were there. So it was a great time.
Awesome.
So, Reloaded. I'm not going to lie. I did see some stuff, but I want you to be the main correspondent and tell us, you know, do the rundown. Tell us what happened. It sounds like the weather was a little crazy, like it was a hurricane there or something. I don't know.
Yeah, the weather people kept saying we were going to get 5 to 8 inches. So going into yesterday, I was like, all right, this will be interesting because it's like an hour drive for me. End up, it just rained all day and all night. By the time it was time to leave, it was still just raining, and all of it hit us today, here Sunday. But yeah, weather wasn't bad. Good crowd came, still a lot of people, and it was a good, entertaining time.
Nice. So, Reloaded, we know it's all about the reset button. And every title, as we've been saying the last couple of weeks, every title was on the line. So, let's know about some of these matches. Tell us how crazy the reset button was.
It was crazy. This is my second Reloaded event. It was nice to be there. We got there at the beginning with the pre-show. You had Keith Hott, the Bearcat, taking on Calvin Couture, a part of the Arquette entourage. It was surprising Calvin was out there by himself against the Bearcat. Bearcat had most of the control the whole match. Every now and then Calvin, you know, he'd do something dastardly like himself. But he ended up playing to the crowd a little too much. Bearcat hit him with a nice kick to the head, went to the top rope. Big dude hit the big splash for the W. Crowd loved it. It was a good way to start the show at the pre-show.
Wow, Bearcat actually hitting the splash. That's actually something that you see Bearcat not hit. He always gets caught up on the ropes or something. So, good for Keith.
Yeah, good win for him. Good win. Start the year.
Nice.
So then Plumber came out, you know, thanked us fans for coming, saying, you know, even though the weather was supposed to be bad, that some people might be late, but it filled up quick right before the main card started. And we'll get into that here. That the first match was Elijah Dean, the Man Dime, another man a part of that entourage of Katie Arquette's, taking on the American Daredevil, Johnny Patch, the first ever Battle Royal winner.
I know he's your boy.
Yeah, he's a good guy. I like some of that acrobatic stuff he does, the springboards, the jumping off the top rope, all that stuff. And he's a fan favorite. The fans were behind him for sure this match.
Wow. Well, I would think both sides, because I know the Man Dime, we actually like him a little bit more. His cockiness and arrogance is what I like from Man Dime. Don't get me wrong, Johnny Patch is phenomenal, but the Man Dime just has a little more personality shtick going right now.
The Man Dime is the Rookie of the Year, though, isn't he?
Yes.
I thought so. So yeah, he won the Rookie of the Year. Johnny Patch won the Battle Royal. So there are two rookies here to start in 2019 going at it. LeBar and Calvin Couture were with the Man Dime, of course. And to start out, before the bell rang, Man Dime came out first, then comes Johnny. Before the bell rings, Man Dime goes for a cheap shot behind Johnny. He was able to get him out and ended up kicking the Man Dime out of the ring before the match started. But it was back and forth for a good 5 minutes or so until finally Johnny got the upper hand. He was going for, I think, the shooting star press that he goes for to finish it off. But then that's where Calvin came in, jumped up on the apron, got knocked down by Johnny. Johnny was able to kick him off, but gave it enough time for the Man Dime to regain himself. And Johnny ended up jumping off, falling right into that spinning forearm shot by the Man Dime that got him the 1-2-3 for the W to start the year.
This is going to be a great little feud between these two. I'm already
That's
stoked
what I'm
for it.
thinking. That's what I'm thinking. Two rookies trying to be that one up-and-comer. So it'll be interesting to see if it continues this year.
Oh, I'm sure.
So then after that match, we got the special guest of the night, Kurt Angle. He came out real quick, thanked us fans, in his hometown of Pittsburgh. Wanted to thank us for being incredible wrestling fans. Then, he hit his catchphrase, "It's damn true," all that. It was a little disappointing. He was out for maybe 5 minutes or so, but still it's good to see a WWE Hall of Famer anytime you can,
Yeah, especially with some of the work that he did over him training with the guys for IWC.
Yeah, I saw that. Before Crown Jewel, he was there training with them, all that. So, yeah, it's cool for him to give them guys some knowledge probably while he was there.
Yeah, Hall of Famer for sure.
Right.
And that, you know what, I'm not, no disrespect or anything, but I kind of had that figured, boom, he was in, he was out, and, down the road.
He was there for an hour before the show, though. He was there taking pictures and all that. I saw that a meet and greet was set off to the side of the gymnasium. So, you got your time with him.
Okay.
If, right before the show started.
Okay.
Good to see him. Then after that, we had the Super Indie. This is the first reset button match of the night. One of my favorite gimmicks. Like I said, this is my second one I was at. Last year, I got to chug a beer from Sandman. I wanted to throw that in. That was awesome.
That was iconic. That was amazing.
But back here, Gresham comes out first. He was the current Super Indie champ. And before the reset button could start, though, here comes Dylan Bostic. Crowd hated him, groaned as soon as he came out. And he's there with his 2 belts from 2 other promotions. And he said he was the number 1 contender. He beat Gory last month at the Pittsburgh Pro Wrestling Classic, and that he deserves this shot before any other person the reset button could pick. Plummer's like, "Hey, you'll get your shot, but for right now, this is reloaded. We got the reset button. We're using it." And that's when the first big surprise of the night came. A returning former Super Indie champion, Big League John McChesney, was chosen.
Yeah, he's coming back from one hell of a shoulder injury, and the news, I got it, from Pittsburgh to St. Mary's in a matter of seconds. It was unbelievable.
Yeah, the crowd went nuts. I've been going to these shows for over a year now, and I was, didn't get to see him. in his prime with IWC when he was. By the time I started going with you, he was gone. So it was nice to finally see what the big league was all about, and he lived up to that name, the big league.
Yeah, he's now, a spoiler, he's now 7-time Super Indy champion.
Yeah, it was a good match. To start out, Gresham, we always say he's like Daniel Bryan, real technical. He'll out-wrestle you. He's not all glitz and glam. And, he did his normal stuff, put you in a hold, stretch you from ear to toe. And McChesney at first was, to have to face Gresham in your first match back, and he's going to stretch you and hold you down like that.
Right.
It's got to be tough. But yeah, a lot of back and forth, a couple near falls for both guys. McChesney hit this one crazy cutter move. He's had him on his shoulder, like Cena will have you for an AA, and he turned it into a cutter. He had Gresham for, I swear, it was a 2 and 99 100ths count. It was so close.
Wow.
But Gresham was able to stay in it. But then after a couple roll-up tries by Gresham, they both got up. McChesney hits him with a super kick out of nowhere to get the 1, 2, 3 and to get that title back that he never lost in the first place.
We were talking off the air, and I'll just bring it to now. I'm really happy this is on McChesney now, because Gresham with this title has not been at every show. He's been here, he's been here. McChesney will bring the prestige back to the Super Indy Championship, so I'm happy he gets that strap back.
Yeah, and the fans loved it, so it was nice to see.
Oh, that's weird, because, Gresham's a huge fan favorite, too.
Yeah, it was funny. The crowd, they were chanting Gresham, and at first one guy gave a, "Let's go, McChesney!" And even McChesney said something in the ring. He's like, "Yeah, one guy." But then by the end of that match, the place was going nuts for both of them, and they ended up shaking hands, holding each other's arms up to end it, and all the fans loved it for both of them.
Nice. All right.
So next then, we had the women's title match. We had Katie Arquette with her whole entourage, Mandime, Calvin, and LeBar, of course, coming out to face the reset button. And, it was surprising. Katie still got David's mink. I wonder if David's looking for that.
Right? I saw pictures of that last night, and I'm like, wow, how'd that... Well, now that she's a champ, she can probably afford to buy him off.
Yeah, that's true. I didn't think that. You're right. But then it's time for the reset button, and this was a funny thing. They had a bunch of girls, different choices. But if you're watching close enough, Calvin Couture was also one of the choices that could have fought Katie for the women's title.
Of course.
And that got him going. He was in the ring, saw himself on the board, and, that got him going for a couple minutes. It was funny. But finally it landed on Danny Gray, a member of the announce team. She'll do some backstage interviews and stuff like that. So some people were shocked, didn't know who she were unless you saw some of the Facebook videos they put Instagram. Like I said, she does backstage stuff. So she heads out to the ring, and she gets on the mic, and she was hesitant at first. She's like, "Hey, I'm still training. I wasn't expecting this." But that's when Katie got on the mic and mocked her, basically, and was like, "Yeah, you go back to your little table over there and let the big girls play here in the ring." And that got to Danny. Next thing you know, she's taking her high heel boots off. She's got, putting her hair up, and she's ready to go.
Oh, so, put your hair up and square up, huh?
Oh, hell yeah. Like my girl Sonia. Hell yeah. But yeah, so they started. But of course, Katie, took control right from the beginning. Had her down for a few minutes, and then she started playing to the crowd, where then Danny was on her back, kicked her legs up, got a head scissors, had a little comeback going, but it didn't last long. Next thing you know, Katie hit, it was like a Falcon Arrow type suplex for the 1, 2, 3, and she's still your IWC Women's Champion.
Wow. But something happened after the match.
You are right. Something did happen. That's when, again, the owner, Justin Plummer, comes out, and he says, "Well, Katie, that's not fair. A little not fair to have to fight somebody who's not even done training." And he said, since we had the reset button out last night, why not give it a shot to choose her opponent for next month, February 16th, IWC Cold Blooded, and the reset button selected Madison Rayne, former TNA Knockouts champ. She was in an All-In event with Chelsea, Britt Baker, and who
Tessa.
else was there? Tessa.
Yeah.
The Fatal 4-Way. So she's well known. It'll be nice to see a growing face in the women's division in all of wrestling to be at IWC next month.
She is probably right now the most sought after free agent. You know, she's not really with TNA anymore. She's doing some ROH stuff. She was in that ROH women's hunt going for their first title. Madison Rayne is awesome. She was in the Mae Young Classic.
I thought so, yeah.
This is big news coming to Pittsburgh. This was huge.
Fans knew who she was. The place went nuts. Katie and the Entourage were throwing a fit. So it should be a good match next month for the women's championship.
I can't wait for the Can Crushers to meet her. Or for her to meet the Can Crushers. I'll put it that way.
Right, yeah, it's the other way around, yeah.
All right, go ahead.
So, all right, then the last match before intermission, it was that 16-bit challenge battle royal.
Which sounded amazing.
Exactly, yeah. And the way it works is that the winner gets a shot at the title anytime, anywhere, similar to Money in the Bank. The only thing, reset button chose all 16 competitors, and the way you can get eliminated is by pin, submission, or getting thrown over the top rope, both feet hitting the floor.
And did they all start at one time?
No, it was just like the Royal Rumble. One person came at different intervals. It was never the same amount of same amount of minutes go by. Sometimes you'd wait a couple minutes, sometimes you'd wait 30 seconds, and somebody would come out. So that it was nice keeping everybody off guard there. And the lucky person that drew number one was the heir apparent Chris LaRusso.
Wow.
But then number two was Lee Mority, and the place went nuts. I honestly never saw him before, but he's from Pittsburgh, so Pittsburgh fans loved him, and they were right behind him from the start. They went nuts when he came out.
Yeah, he has done some work in the Rise Federation down there. He's pretty huge in Pittsburgh. I've seen a couple of his matches. I've never seen him in person, but he's a high flyer.
Yeah, he was definitely a high flyer. He had some nice spots, kind of like Johnny Patch, the American Daredevil, did some crazy springboard stuff. So, it was cool to see a new face in the IWC world, that's for sure.
Let's hope he stays, though, right?
Yeah, it would be cool. A lot of fans during intermission went up and saw him, and I heard some say, hey, come back more. We'd love to have you. And I'm in that boat, too. I'd like to see a little more of him so I can get to know the guy better, for sure.
Nice.
So, of course, those two fought out for, I'd say, a minute and a half, maybe 2 minutes. And then here comes the next selection, number 3, a lady who is not afraid to go up against the guys. We've seen her before go against the guys. It was Jinx.
I love her.
I do, too. The crowd went nuts again, maybe even more for Jinx than Lee. But she came in, hit a good head scissors to Lee, and then hit a crazy tornado DDT on LaRusso, and kind of cleared the ring for a second by herself.
Nice, Jinx. She's improved each month. Let me just tell you that.
That's for sure, yeah. From the first time I saw her to yesterday, she's definitely improved. And like I said, she's not afraid to mix it up with the guys, and that's impressive at its own right. But then, so she cleared the ring. Next thing you know, here comes number 4, a guy I like, Mambo Italiano. He comes out, gets in the ring, demands Jinx kisses him before he throws her out of the ring to win this match. Next thing you know, boom, Jinx slaps him, takes him down, and the two guys still laying down, so Jinx still kind of in control here until number 5 comes, John Roden. This is another guy I've never seen before myself, but man, this guy was jacked.
He is.
He was a big guy.
I've seen him at the now defunct 5-Star. I've seen him a couple other places too. He's actually been to Clearfield once in a while to wrestle. He is on the rise. Roden on the rise to just crush wrestling.
And yeah, there was a good section of that crowd that started, Roden's gonna kill you. He was a big guy. He laid waste to everyone except for Jinx. She was smart, stayed away from the big guy. And then next thing you know, number 6 is your man, former person here on the Can Crushers, Dan Hooven.
Danny boy!
Hell yeah, he's back. Wasn't he out with an injury?
He was out with a knee, yep.
So yeah, he was back, and he cleared the ring as well. Was able to stand tall. Still nobody getting eliminated, but Hooven dominated everybody. And actually, he did pin LaRusso to get LaRusso, the first member of this match, eliminated. And yeah, the fans loved it. The fans don't like LaRusso. He's a good heel, but yeah, just couldn't win this match. But then as soon as LaRusso's out, here comes number 7. His former tag team partner, still might be tag team partner, Bulk Nasty.
Oh yeah, they're still together.
Are they? But yeah, Bulk comes in, does his best Kane impersonation from the 2001 Royal Rumble, and eliminates everybody.
On the spot? Like, boom, boom, boom. Holy shit.
Grabbed Mambo, boom, threw him over top. Next thing you know, Jinx, like I said, not afraid to mix it up with the guys. She goes up, hits him a good couple times, but next thing you know, he grabs her, easily puts her over the top rope, and gives her a headbutt to knock her to the floor to eliminate her. Then I believe Roden took it to Bulk for a second, but then Bulk, again, just too much, able to get him out. Then Lee Morty, no good, gets thrown out by Bulk. Last one was Hooven. At the time, he rolled underneath the bottom rope. After Bulk throws Lee out, he was in the ring by himself. From behind, here comes Hooven. Bulk's power was just too much even for Hooven, and Hooven gets eliminated.
So now Bulk's just waiting for somebody.
So yeah, he's just waiting, and then here comes the reset button to choose number 8, a man who's been a pain in Bulk's side, Jimmy Vegas.
Wow.
So that's 2 big behemoths in the ring at this time. They're going back and forth. But at one point, Bulk hits a low blow on Vegas and able to eliminate him, get him out of the match.
Bulk's so bad. He can't read.
Yeah, he can't read, can't count, and the crowd definitely let him know that last night. That was for sure. But then, so again, Bulk's in it by himself. We're up to number 9 now. Reset button hits, and here comes a man I never saw again before. But man, this guy was a monster. Paxton Calloway.
I have never heard of him or seen him.
Oh, my God. You can't miss him. He was easily 7 foot. I swear. He was bigger than Bulk, and Bulk's one of the biggest guys here in IWC. And he had a duck. That new setup they have when they come out to the entranceway, he had a duck under that because he's so tall. This guy was a monster. And he gets in the ring, and like I said, he towered over Bulk. That was for sure, but just maybe not the brightest. Bulk goes in for a shoulder tackle, barely moves the guy. Bulk tells him, hey, you try a shoulder tackle. He bounces off the rope. Bulk moves. Calloway hits the ropes, and from behind, Bulk picks him up, dumps him over with ease. Still the only man in the ring.
So you're saying there's somebody stupider than Bulk? Oh, my
Maybe
God.
Maybe so. But man, was he taller than Bulk, though. He was a monster, that's for sure. I walked past him during intermission. I came up to his nipple. And I'm 6'3", so if I only came up to his nipples, he's got to be 7 foot.
Wow.
But okay, then we move on. Bulk again, still waiting. Next thing you know, here comes another big surprise. WWE legend, the Hurricane.
Wow. I'm pumped. I'm mad about this one.
The crowd went nuts. It was nice to see him. He made his way all the way around the ring, slapping hands. He gets in, doesn't back down from Bulk. They throw a couple punches, but then boom, Hurricane hits Bulk with a rock bottom. And he's able to throw Bulk out to eliminate him as well.
Wow.
Yeah, Bulk dominated everybody until the Hurricane. Surprising to see, but yeah, Hurricane clears the ring of Bulk. So then that leaves us here. We're going into number 11, my guy, Jackson Argos. Argos gets in the ring. They had an odd stare down, seeing Hurricane, goofy guy, but Hurricane was able to get the upper hand on my guy Argos. Gets Argos in the corner, gets up, lands 30 turnbuckle punches. You know how the fans count 1, 2, 3, made it all the way to 30. And that had Argos looking rough until reset button hits again. Here comes his tag team partner, Team Storm brethren, RC Dupree.
Wow, so they're going to team up on Hurricane.
Yeah, the two of them team up on Hurricane. Hurricane ends up fighting with RC while he's on the apron. Argos, using his mastermind trick, slides under the bottom rope to stay in the match and pulls Hurricane down to eliminate him. So that leaves us with Team Storm ruling the ring right now, and we're at number 13. So this is 4 more
to
people.
go.
Yeah, and number 13 was the rookie Stevie LaBelle, and he came in. He slid under the rope. Team Storm stomped on him. He ends up getting up, though, and getting the best of him. Knocks Argos down, turns his back, and he's stomping on RC. And then Argos was able to hit a low blow, and they throw him over the top and eliminate the rookie. So the team was able to keep the ring again against the rookie to outsmart the Rook.
So at best, that would just be a tag team match with 15 and 16 coming in. Or wait, no, we're on 14. Never mind.
Well, we're coming up on 14. And here's a pleasant surprise. Got the fans going. Number 14, Dave Kitch, the ring announcer.
Oh, my God. Really?
Yeah, it was hilarious. You know, he was doing, here's number 11 Argos, number 12 Dupree. Here comes 14, and he goes, it's me, Dave Kitch. And he gets out there, takes his suit jacket off, takes his bow tie off, gets in the ring. And the fans started Dave chant. The fans were 100% behind Dave against Team Storm, and that gave him confidence. He comes in and he's saying, I can do this. I can do this. He takes his shirt off, and, man, we're all of us surprised. He's ripped.
He is ripped.
He is ripped. And so Team Storm, not thinking anything of him, though, go running right at him. Dave hits some impressive arm drags on both of them, get them reeling, but after that, again, too much, and Team Storm able to get the pin on him to eliminate him. So we're down to the last two, and Team Storm still looking good. And again, here comes number 15, a fan favorite, Gory.
Oh, wow.
Crowd goes nuts. Gory dominates both guys like a bat out of hell. He's biting one guy, punching the next guy. He was going crazy. And then here comes number 16, the last and final competitor, Jock Sampson.
Ugh.
Yeah,
Ugh.
same noise the crowd make. The crowd does not like Jock. He comes out in his belly shirt. He's got his big beer belly sticking out. But his shirt said, I don't give a damn what you people think.
Yeah,
so
he doesn't.
He comes out, and an odd alliance starts with Team Storm and Jock Sampson, where all three actually hugged and decided, let's beat the hell out of Gory. But Gory, all by himself against these three, was able to get the upper hand at one point, eliminated RC, but then again, Jock and Argos just start teaming up on him, taking turns, holding them. You punch them, all right, I'll hold them. Now, taking turns, teeing off on Gory until Gory was able to get Jock over the ropes onto the apron, and Argos did make the save. And, they were standing there, and next thing you know, Gory drop kicks Argos into Jock and eliminates Jock. So now we're down to the final two between Gory and Argos, and they both were going back and forth. Crowd definitely wanted Gory to win out of these two.
Except you.
Except me, of course, yes. I am a big Team Storm supporter. Go Canada. But anyways, the two end up over the top rope on the apron together. A good super kick by Gory almost eliminates Argos, who lands flat on his back on the apron, saving himself. So Gory goes back into the ring, goes for a baseball slide. Argos moves, and Gory goes flying to the floor. Some fans thought Gory was eliminated, but no, he went under the bottom rope, so he was still good to go. Gets back in the ring, bites Argos, and then out of nowhere, here comes Jock Sampson again with his bull rope and the cowbell, and ends up jumping up on the apron, choking Gory, pulling him up against the ropes with that bull rope, giving Argos a chance. to pick him up, dump him over the top, and Jackson Argos is the 16-bit challenge winner and has the power of the reset button.
This guy has had 3 great years. Rookie of the Year his first year, Rookie of the Year his second year, becoming tag team champions that same second year, and now the power to get a title shot whenever.
Exactly. And now you see why he's my guy. He's probably my favorite here in IWC, and I was happy to see him win. And oddly enough, him and Jock then shook hands, even though Argos had a big make and a Jock getting eliminated there. They still shook hands. And, that'll be interesting to see where that goes.
Yeah, for sure, especially with the news yet to come that has been all over Facebook.
Oh, yeah, we'll hit that here. But, after this match, then, like I said, we got intermission where you can go see all the wrestlers, take pictures. Hurricane was there signing stuff, taking pictures. It was nice. But also, before intermission started, they announced, like I said, February 16th, IWC Cold Blooded is going to have a special guest. Do you got any guesses?
Well, I know, but I'll just let it go.
Know.
Yeah, those are the 3 big things that I knew from other people just texting me. But it's amazing. I'm excited, but go ahead and tell everybody.
Some people in the crowd were able to guess it based on the name, but it is WCW legend Glacier.
Yeah, I'm pumped. Between Glacier and Madison Rain, well, they don't even have to be there. I'm still excited to always go to IWC, but add those 2 to the roster for the night? Hell
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see if Glacier gets in the ring or what he does. So, as a kid, I was a Glacier fan. It'll be nice to see the guy.
Always, for me, a Mortal Kombat ripoff is exactly what it is.
So then after intermission, we start out next with the tag team titles. It's your tag team champions, the main event with Liddy, of course, Liddy the Tiger.
Did they get down and dirty at all?
They look pretty locked and loaded. I'll say that right now, going into it. But it was, they were ready to go. They're the champs for a reason.
Okay.
And so here is the first choice is a IWC fan favorite, Andy Palace.
Andy, wow.
It's good to see. He's back to his party gimmick. I was a little disappointed in that. Last month, him and Jock had that bull rope match. And he was kind of like just how the new Daniel Bryan is. He showed a meaner, darker side to him, even had different entrance music. And I like that. But
I love the new Andy Palace.
But he was able, he rid Jock, and now he can go back to his roots where the fans love him, and that's still a good thing.
Hey, you hate him that way. Stop it. You hate him that way. You do. Stop.
I hate him. He hates me, but we still, when we see each other during intermission, we give each other some love, high five. But Palace is a fan favorite, and he's a good worker, so I respect that. I might not like him, but I respect his work.
All right.
So then reset button hits. Here comes the second choice, another IWC favorite, DJZ.
Wow, TNA alum as well.
As well, yeah. Former X Division champion, I believe, right?
Yes.
And, but yeah, interesting pairing to face the tag team. Z and Duke Davis started, and just DJ Z's speed was too much. Got Duke Davis reeling. He tags in Gannon Jones Jr., and he calls out Andrew Palace. He's like, hey, I want you. So they both get in the ring, and again, Palace's speed just too much for Gannon, where the champs had to call a 20-second timeout. And they get, they're huddling.
When do you get timeouts in wrestling? That's a bunch of crap. And this is why I'm still not a main event fan.
But hey, there are some players. They can do what they want. They're the champs. And they were able to get that timeout. Next thing you know, the champs' power was able to get them back into this match. It was interesting, though, facing 2 fan favorites in Palace and DJZ. Normally, TME is a fan favorite as well, but they showed some heelish tendencies in this match, and I wonder if that's going to go further this year to see if they have a darker side to them.
I think they need it because there's times that they could be fighting a pillowcase and a paper towel, And the pillowcase and the paper towel are getting more support. There's just something about them that isn't completely over yet, even though they're the tag team champions.
Yeah, but the crowd was torn 50-50, though, even though those couple heel tendencies. I noticed that, but it was still 50-50. I'll say that. But a lot of near falls end up for both teams. There was a cool spot where at one point DJZ and Palace were on the same turnbuckle, locked arms, and they hit a double drop kick to one of the TME members. It was pretty cool spot there. But just in the end, TME hits their tag team finish, and they're able to get the 1-2-3 to retain their tag belts.
Yeah, IWC needs to bring out a tag team to get rid of them. And I think the Team Storm is done for a while. They're going to have their own battles separately. But I think we need a big tag team to come back and rid them of Down and Dirty or whatever.
I know somebody you're thinking, and they never lost the belts either.
Right.
So it'd be cool to see them back. Don't know if it'll happen, but yeah, TME, though, running the division. So after this match, here comes Jack Pollock. There was news a few weeks before this event came up that he had a special announcement that he wanted some time out in the ring, and he has his Team Storm brothers, Argos and Dupree, come out with him. Explained how much that IWC World Heavyweight title that he lost last month meant to him. He even said 16 years ago he was out in Butler, PA, watching Jimmy Vegas and the Sandman fight for that title. And at that moment, he knew he wanted to be that champion. And here he was, IWC champion. And he wanted to call somebody out that was a big pain in his butt for all of 2018. A man he went to war with, a man who caused him grief. He caused that man grief. It was the owner, Justin Plummer, and he just wanted to apologize. And Plummer comes out. Yeah, after, that brutal Extreme Rules match they had and everything that went on, Jenny getting involved. You never thought you'd see the day that happened. And Plummer did come out. You could tell he was wondering what was behind this. But he thought about it, and he knew that Jack was just doing all that for his love of this industry, IWC, and they were able to shake hands and let bygones be bygones.
Wow, that's huge.
And the fans actually loved it. They started getting behind Pollock, who was normally, a hated member of the roster. And but this is where things turned blue. That Pollock goes and shared some news that he went and saw a doctor, and last March he ended up tearing his ACL, tore his meniscus, maybe an MCL also, and he was wrestling all of 2018 injured, and he was still champ. And unfortunately, he had to let us know that he may miss a year of action, and in 2 weeks he's getting knee surgery.
That's unbelievable. It is. Soup, it's all of a year, because one of my favorite wrestlers, when I first started going to IWC, Jimmy Nuts, was off. Got there, just got embedded into wrestling, and he needed a knee surgery, and he was gone for all of a year. So let's hope we see Jack Pollock at the next reset in January of 2020, because it may be longer.
Right. He did say, though, when he's better, he's coming back, and he's going to capture his IWC title. And, music hits. He gives RC a hug. The fans I think he turned face. The fans were behind Pollock, saying, "Thank you, Pollock," starting some chants. Pollock turns around, goes to give Argos a hug, and boom, Argos lays out Pollock.
Yeah, that's going to be a feud. That just fuels fire for Jack to come back.
Yeah, for sure. But Argos screaming, "We don't need him." And RC was shook at first. He didn't know what to do. But then he thought about it. Him and Jackson were tag team champions together. Didn't need Jack for that. And they end up taking it to Pollock. RC grabs him, takes him to the ring post. and slams his knee up against that ring post. And then Argos, with his reset button that he just won earlier in that night, bashes it off the head of Pollock, and they promise a new Team Storm takeover, this time without Pollock.
Wow. The storylines when Pollock comes back are already unbelievable.
Oh, yeah. And like I said, he's going to be a fan favorite. The crowd loved him by the end of tonight.
Nice.
So then after that, we're moving into the IWC high-stakes title match where the champion, Chest Flexor, the leader of the STDs, the sexy, talented dudes, facing the reset button. And the button chooses Jamie Jameson.
Big country.
Big country, Jamie Jameson, yeah. And it seemed like the crowd was rooting for him a little more, for sure, over the STDs, who are normally a fan favorite. It was funny, though, when the sexy, talented dudes came out, they have the entrance song Take On Me by A-ha.
Yeah.
And, the chorus hits, Take On Me, all that. And right there where he does that high pitch moment of the chorus.
Okay.
The music cuts. The whole crowd was in the middle of singing that, and you just hear everybody at once hit that high pitch.
Take
it was
on
pretty funny.
me. Yeah.
Yeah. It was a good time. Like I said, IWC fans love to have a good time at these shows.
Oh, for sure.
But then, before the match starts, the announcer, says Chess, being the champion, gets to pick the stipulation for the match. And he gets on the mic, and first he congratulates Jamie on getting engaged. I don't know if you heard about that.
I did not.
Yeah,
Congratulations, Jamie.
Yeah, congrats to Big Country, that's for sure. And Chess says he's got a little poem for him. First comes love, then comes marriage, then comes an abusive relationship with an alcoholic.
Oh.
And that got to Big Country. But then the stipulation that was picked by the champ is that it's going to be a handicap match against all the STDs, minus Ginger and Gonorrhea. And it was going to be 4-on-1, the STDs against Jamie Jameson. And the sexy, talented dudes were able to get the upper hand. The numbers game was working out until you heard a familiar voice. And it's Marshall Gambino, former high-stakes champion.
He retired.
Yeah, former high-stakes champion, the man that Chess beat, comes out wearing a referee shirt. Is Jamie's former mentor, comes out, and he becomes the special guest referee for this match. And he starts clearing the ring of some of the sexy, talented dudes and making it just Jamie and Chess. He wanted that match one-on-one to see the better guy win. But, again, the numbers games were just too much. The STDs grabbed Gambino. Next thing you know, Ginger's in the ring, gives Jamie a kick down under, and Chess was able to roll him up for the 1-2-3 to retain the high-stakes title.
Wow, Chess still defending it. Nice.
Incredible, yeah. He's a smaller guy, but, yeah, he's had this belt for a few months now. He's got a nice little run going on.
It's all the specialty matches that he gets. He puts them in his favor.
Yeah, he knows what he's good at, and he sticks to it, and that's why he's still the champ. You got to give it to him, though.
Without a doubt.
And next up is going to be the main event, but before that, they announce one of the bigger events of the year. They always have, Night of Superstars, here in April this year, April 13th. And they had 5 names they wanted to let everybody know. 4 were going to be in action. They were going to be the Hurricane, who we saw last night. He'll be back. Former United States champion, MVP in WWE, he'll be there. Another former WWE guy, Hardcore Holly. And then also WWE Hall of Famer Jim Duggan. All 4 of those will be in action here at IWC, April 13th.
Wow, Duggan's going to be in action in Meadville.
In action, yeah. So I'd love to see that. It'll be interesting to watch. But then I said there was a 5th name, and just making a special appearance is my all-time favorite. I've painted my face like him multiple times in my life. The man called Sting.
You have, folks, Soup is my cousin. There is family pictures of him painted as Sting. That is no lie. He's just painted Sting on a random Thursday in May. He was Sting. So
It was for his birthday.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah,
sure.
my girlfriend's a cosmetologist, painted my face up like Sting, and I looked like him. I got the hair for it too.
You do.
Like I
You
did
really
when I
do
was a
have the hair
kid.
for it.
I got the hair for it now. The Crow Sting is definitely one of the best characters of all time, in my opinion.
No, that's garbage. I liked Venice Beach Sting better, but God,
Venice Beach Sting was good.
You weren't even
The
born.
storyline for Crow Sting beating the NWO was a great story.
Okay.
If it wasn't WCW, it might be even better. But
Right.
you
Right.
know how that went.
Right.
But anyway, that was a good surprise. It'll be nice to see some legends
All right. Well,
in April.
Besides Sting, let's break topic because you have one more match left to tell me about?
Yeah, the main event's all that's left at this point.
Okay, so we're going to break topic real quick, get back to the main event. Besides Sting, since he is your favorite, who else are you just enamored to? I'll tell you mine real quick. I want to see Duggan. I've seen Duggan before, but he is just coming off of an illness. So I really want to get one more look at Duggan. Hurricane.
Yeah, I was surprised that they said he's going to be in action. So yeah, that's another one I'd like to see.
Hurricane has always been just fun. With us doing stuff with some OVW, I just saw Hurricane against Abyss in a double steel cage, so that was fun. But I'm wondering how hardcore Holly is. You know, I haven't seen a lick of him in a long time.
Yeah, that's for sure. I remember, he was a tough guy. He was known that if you were a rookie in WWE, one of your first matches were going to be against Hardcore Holly, and Bob there, he was going to beat the crap out of you and see if you were here to stick it out. And so yeah, it'll be interesting to see what he can do to some IWC guys. Maybe he'll just bust somebody up. Who knows? Maybe he'll get Argos and teach him a lesson. You never know. So
Yeah.
it'll be interesting.
MVP, all right, he's there. I've never been an MVP fan. I didn't like his gimmick, and then he carried it over into TNA. He was MVP, but he actually used his name, and he was a baller. I don't know. There was just something that, I don't know. He just never got to me.
See, I didn't mind him. Jason, he was happy to hear that. He was happy to hear MVP will be there. He said he used to play with him on one of the old WWE video games all the time, so he was happy to see MVP. But yeah, we haven't heard much from him lately, I must say. So it'll be cool to see him live and in person, though. Yeah,
I was just on IWC's website earlier today. General admission with meet and greet. Tickets are $85, so that's the low end of the deal. If you want to go up from there, there's just much more that can be spent. But if you're just looking for ticket to get in and ticket to the meet and greet, it will cost you $85.
Yeah, I'll be saving up for that because I want to see Sting.
Right. It's in April in Meadville, guys. If you don't know where Meadville is, it's a hop, skip, and a jump from Erie, Pennsylvania. So it is still freezing up there in April. I'm telling you, the English professor has gone a couple times. I'm in shorts because it's about 50 degrees or maybe like 45, and I'm okay with that. But the English professor cannot stand it. He is frozen several times up there.
I'm going to say this. As a tax collector, get your W-2s by the end of this month, file your tax returns, get your refunds, and use your refunds to go to IWC Night of Superstars, April 13th. Come there. I'm going to be there. I want to see more people there.
Oh, my God. So now we have two garbage men, an English professor, and since you're dubbed Soup, you are also IRS. And at least the S fits into the IR since you're a tax collector. I just thought of that. Unbelievable. So you're no longer Soup. You're IRS when we talk about you.
Hey, I'll take that.
All right.
He was a tag team champion. He got some gold. I'll take that.
All right, good. All right, on to the main event because this is going to be its own show.
Oh, well. That's good. That's good. So here we go. We get into the main event. Here comes the man with War in his name, Wardlow, the IWC heavyweight title, and first in the reset button. And me and Jason were thinking, who could it be? Who could it be? And here comes a guy that we already saw tonight that gets the nod, Dylan Bostic.
Yeah, and he's been getting opportunities left and right since he's come back to IWC. I think we need to put something in Plummer's ear that he needs to work his way back up.
He does, but he's got those 2 other belts that, shows his, he's got some prestige to him. He's a 2-time champion right now. He's a former Super Indie champion, isn't he?
Yeah.
And that's so, he's a good worker. That's
amazing.
For sure.
He really is.
He
We
puts
all know
on a show.
Yeah, he's had a WWE tryout. He's been down to the Performance Center and stuff.
Same with the champ though too, Wardlow. Same with him.
Yeah,
he's been to the Performance Center.
They both need their big break because first of all, they're great guys. I will pick on Dylan, but I've talked to him several times. A wonderful guy. Same thing with Wardlow. My son has done his Mark and Ethan show. He did an interview with Wardlow.
Oh yeah,
he's amazing. And as IRS now said, they work. They tell a great story in the ring. So all the things I'm going to say about Dylan are storyline kayfabe.
Yeah, and like you said, he's a great worker, but he can be known as a pain. And man, did the crowd last night let him have it. There was D-bag chants. There was, loud as can be, D-bag chants. They were calling him Dylan Ball Sacks. Also, they were letting him have it. Where at one point, Bostic goes up to Nick, the ring announcer, and says, "Hey, you tell these fans that if they don't stop, I'm leaving." And man, did that place get even louder. It was incredible. But so Bostic starts walking off, like he said, and the ref got up to maybe a 5 count. Wardlow turns his back, plays to the crowd a little bit, it was a mistake. Bostic saw it, goes running back into the ring, and able to take it to the champ and get the upper hand. But right before that, though, before the match started, I will say this was pretty funny. The fans started a Bostic sucks, he really, really sucks chant, and Wardlow got up on the middle rope, and he was like a conductor of an orchestra, letting Bostic have it. And like I said, they let him have it all night. Both guys got a lot of near falls. At one point, finally, Bostic snapped, and he went over and he grabbed a chair from out of the crowd, I think right from under somebody's butt. He grabs a chair, and he gets in the ring, and he's ready to use it. But then, next thing you know, the new Super Indie champion, Big League John McChesney, comes out, takes a chair from him, and walks off without it. And Bostic gets a second chair, and misses Wardlow, hits the ropes, hits himself with the chair. Wardlow takes advantage of that, picks him up, hits his finisher, 1, 2, 3. Wardlow, the man with war in his name, still your IWC heavyweight champion.
Starting off 2019 strong.
And it was also his birthday.
Yeah, it was. It actually was. I knew that too.
Good win for him. And though right there to end the show, though, a different music hits, not Wardlow's music. And next thing you know, here comes the man that can't read, Bulk Nasty. Comes out, staring down the champ, doesn't get in the ring, just says to him, "I'll see you next month," and starts walking off. Wardlow plays to the crowd again. Second time he does that. Next thing you know, Bulk runs back in the ring, hits a massive power bomb on the champ, and he's the one standing tall at the end of the show, Bulk Nasty. And then there was word that next month for the IWC heavyweight title is going to be Bulk Nasty against the man with war in his name, Wardlow.
Wow, we've seen this match before, but it was when Bulk was a younger, dumber wrestler. He has since, not gotten any smarter, but he has grown in the wrestling business. Do you predictions? You think this is Bulk's time?
It could be it could be, but it's hard to bet against Wardlow, just like it's hard to bet against the New England Patriots. That when it comes down to title matches, Wardlow he had a reign for over a year.
He
as
did.
The champ, so it's hard to go against them, but Bulk will be tough. That's for sure.
Wow. Folks, as we said, I wasn't there. The correspondent IRS was there. And Glacier, Madison Rain already scheduled for February 16th in Elizabeth. So make sure you get your tickets now. What's it called again? Cold-Hearted?
Cold-Blooded.
Cold-Blooded. Hey, I'll watch that until February 17th, so it doesn't really matter. So, all in all, a great night of IWC wrestling?
For sure, definitely. Like I said, I've been going to these for over a year now. Never been disappointed once. I'll keep coming back. They got a loyal fan here in me, and I can't wait for next month.
Yeah, and not only the wrestling, since I wasn't there, but I know the plumbers are hell of a nice people. Like, they always make sure they come over, and Jenny especially hugs for the kids. The wrestlers always take time when the little guys are there to high-five them or give them a wink, or, anybody. Even Pollock, when he was dastardly, he'd get under Sylvan's skin, because that's...
Oh, Sylvan would give it back to him, though.
That's
Sylvan.
just what they do. That's actually
Right.
their shtick.
And yeah, IWC is great for the family. You always see a ton of kids there, a lot of familiar faces that you can become friends with. And it's a great group of fans, great group of wrestlers. And just because it's run by a great family, like you said, on the way out, I saw Jenny. She gave me a hug, told me to say hi to you. So, hey, Jenny says hi.
You should have said that earlier on in the interview, but okay.
But hey, like I said, I think it's better than WWE. I take my girlfriend's little brother with me. He loves it more than WWE. And, he hasn't been disappointed. So, yeah, if you've never seen it, come on out. It's a great time. Great time. It
really is. All right, Soup. I don't know when I'll see you personally, but if not...
Probably February.
Yeah, February. If not, February, we'll just we'll reconvene then, and we'll do the show live, huh?
Sounds good to me.
All right.
I will say this, though. Since you weren't at this one, I'm going to give Plumber some hell here. Normally, we're front row. But, hey, I don't know if it's you and him got this connection, but I was in the fourth row last night.
It's me. It's really me. I mean...
That's why I need you. I need you so I can have a good time here. If you don't get these front row, you're getting a balanced stew
you're
on your tax return.
Oh, nice. So that's your shtick now. Everybody's going to get a bad tax return. This is going to go out of hand with this Can Crusher thing. It is me, though. It is. Because Plumber knows that I am, the host with the most on the
You're
Can
Mr.
Crushers.
Can Crusher. I can't take that from you. You're Mr. Can Crusher.
So, all right, we'll reconvene in February then, Soup. See you then.
All right. Sounds good. I want to thank you for having me on Can Crusher Nation. Shout out to Big Guy Paul. Shout out the English professor. I'll see you in February. And just thanks for having me.
I'm Little Teapot, short and stout.
Here is my handle and here is my spout.
No, Dad, like this. When I get all steamed up, then I shout, tip me over and pour me out.
This is WWE superstar Roman Reigns. It only takes a moment to make a moment. Take time to be a dad today.
Visit fatherhood.gov, brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and the Ad Council.
So it sounded like, now that we're calling him IRS, had one hell of a night in Pittsburgh for Can Crushers, and John McChesney returns to win the Super Indie Championship. Big names coming to IWC next month, February 16th. Madison Rain, women's legend. We'll put it at that. ROH, TNA, Mae Young Classic. She's one of the beautiful people, too. And then let's go way back to when Glacier was in WCW. Well, he'll be making a return to IWC February 16th. I can't wait to go. We have a ton of wrestling this week just on Can Crushers. Show on Monday. Mark's doing an interview on Tuesday that'll be put up on Friday. We have our Wednesday show. We are going to Asylum Pro Wrestling Saturday, so that means you get a Sunday recap as well, as long as all our drunk bodies can get up out of bed to put it together. So, guys, you're going to see Can Crushers everywhere this week, and that's what we love. Hopefully I can drop some more news on you guys later in the week as to another venture we are reaching out to have. So, guys, thanks for listening to Can Crushers IWC Reloaded 5.0. Thanks to Soup IRS Geist, and we will see you guys Wednesday. Remember, just because you're garbage doesn't mean you can't do great things. It's called a garbage can, not a garbage cannot. See you Wednesday.